insiders, young Hyun Suk's resignation is just for show.
In 1996, YG Entertainment was founded by CEO and founder Yang Hyun Suk, and just this week he has announced his resignation from his own company. Right off the bat, comments your reaction to this. What's your personal reaction to him stepping down, resigning from YG Entertainment?
Good riddance. It's about time. He probably should have done it before. He has enough money. What more does he need?
He's going to continue to earn money from the company. It's still his company.
I know.
I don't even understand what him resigning does. Doesn't do anything.
It's for show. He announced this on June 14th. He is 49 years old, and also his brother, Yang Suk, who was CEO. He was the CEO. He stepped down as well.
What was he, the president then? He's the founder, the
founder, the president, the head of, I don't know.
Well, this is the whole thing, is his label or his title at the company doesn't matter because he hasn't renounced his stock or any of his ownership. He is literally just resigned from the title or the figurehead title that he held.
And he owns over 16% shares of the stock. His brother owns over 3%. The two of them together own almost 20%. Now people are starting to wonder who is going to be the new CEO or who is going to now lead YG into the future.
Who cares?
A lot of people care. That's what people want to know. Here are my speculations on who is going to step in and head the new YG Entertainment into the future. One would be G-Dragon, because he's so popular, he's done producing, he's beloved, he's made so much money. CL is another one. I think it would be great to have a woman head up an entertainment company. She's got a lot of, I guess, credit to her name. Heck, I would love to see 21 make a return if we could do that with the new YG. I have to throw in a few of my ideas. One would be Teddy Park. I think he stands the best chance of actually being the new head of YG Entertainment. He's been a long-term producer. He was the producer for a lot of Blackpink's most popular music, and he's done a lot of good things, and he's been behind the scenes, and you need somebody who can do the producing in the business. Another person I think would be Tablo. Tablo stands a good chance. He's been in the industry a long time. But the other one that I think could be a really, like a dark horse possibility is EJ Jin. You don't know who that is. That is the brother of his wife that is a Setchke's member. I really wish that he would have stepped down years ago because he's not my favorite person in Korean entertainment, and he hasn't necessarily been the epitome. He's really great at choosing talent. YG has had some of the best artists out of Korea, including Psy was a former artist of them. They also had 21. Currently, they have Setchke's, iKON, Blackpink, Big Bang, winner, Akdong musician, E-High, Epic High, amongst other people. If you don't know, he actually got his start back with Taji and the Boys.
Right.
And that was in the 1990s, 1992 to 1996. And when they broke up, he actually founded YG.
He was one of the members of that group, correct?
Yes.
Wow, so he was an idol himself, and then he is extremely talented at finding talent.
Hanso, he kind of taking down K-pop, being a whistleblower single-handedly. Somebody told me last night on my stream that they should just like lock her up so she doesn't say anything more.
Because more information is probably coming out.
It's a little bit mind-blowing, but so many people don't know about or think about YG and the business relations and who he is as a person.
When we started making HallyuBack news videos, roughly in 2014, there was the big three in Korean entertainment, YG, SM, and JYP. It just seemed like these three companies were unshakable and never relinquishing the top three spots.
And really, I think YG should have stepped down even before then because he has...
What's he done?
He's a creep. His wife was the younger sister of a Setchke's member. He saw her on television when she was in middle school, and he thought, ooh, she's really cute. So he managed to get her signed under YG.
As a trainee idol.
As a trainee idol. And then the year that he debuted her in her group, SWIT, SWI.T, In 2002, he started dating her.
So she was over 18 by then.
And he dated her for 9 years, including kind of sabotaging her group. He was hoping and didn't put any money into her group with hopes that she wouldn't become famous, so that she wouldn't lose interest in him. And then he ended up marrying her in 2010.
So they dated for 9 years before he married her? She allowed that?
She was a K-pop idol who was dating him. K-pop idols aren't allowed to date, or they weren't allowed to date then.
Or they're definitely not allowed in YG. We've made videos about those artists never being able to date, or at least the women.
But he was able to date his wife. He's one of those guys that he's creepy, that borders on being a little pedo. I'm probably sure that he's done a whole lot of shady business deals, and it's finally like the legalities, the illegal things, which includes basically what Hyun Suk he kind of blasted him for was that he was threatening her and he was trying to destroy evidence and police and evidence and get things pushed under the rug, and this is on top of all the allegations that he's tied to with the Burning Sun incident and Seungri. It's like finally people are starting to see who he is as a person and not just what he can do as a business leader.
It's going to be interesting moving forward how things play out, because this is a story that is still in its infancy. We don't know that much other than that he resigned. We don't know what's going to happen to all these artists that are still signed under YG. When I read through the comments section on our recent videos about BI, I can just see people going, why doesn't Blackpink go and sign with a different group? Why doesn't this member, this idol, go and sign with a different entertainment company? Like, they cannot.
Yes, they're in long-term contracts. A lot of YG contracts are 10 years long.
But contracts in general mean you're not allowed to work for someone else unless it specifically stipulates in the contract that you can. So you can't just switch entertainment companies at will. In fact, you're not allowed to do anything other than what the contract states. And a lot of these idols are under very strict contracts. We've learned this for a long time. And I think things have probably gotten a little bit easier. And I'm thinking companies like Big Hit have better contract incentives and information in the contracts that make it better for idols. You know, if you're a K-pop fan, you don't really give a shit about the inner workings of the behind the scenes. You really just care about the members of the groups and the groups themselves that you love, and the music and a lot of the social media things, and being able to go and see them in the concerts or the fan meets. This sort of news, this sort of behind the scenes bullshit, I don't know why it ends up making the biggest headlines when you go onto some of these websites that post the news articles, but this is the thing that people are clicking on, even though it's the thing that most of the fans don't really care about. Well, I heard somewhere that they're thinking about rebranding the name of the company, which I think would be super silly because they were founded in 1996 and they've been around a long time. So by changing the name, people be like, who's that?
Yeah, but considering that besides YG and his brother, the next biggest shareholders are Naver and 2 Chinese companies. So maybe they want to name it something else. If they actually bonded together and bound together, they could have a bigger say in whether or not it changes than YG.
What I'm saying is the success of the company is a result of the name branding. If you change the name of Coca-Cola to something else, no one will know what it is. And that goes for most famous brands, including YG Entertainment. If they change the name to something else, no one will know who they are. So how does that help? I would not suggest changing the name, but that's just me. I like money, and I know they like money too, so why would they change the name? It's gonna make less money.
Well, if it's tainted and the Korean people are boycotting YG, then...
Are Korean people boycotting YG? Is that what's going on here?
A little bit.
I thought the police were investigating. I didn't think the people are boycotting. Nobody's boycotting Blackpink. I mean, Blackpink is YG.
Korean people are. Some Korean people.
Boycotting Blackpink?
Stocks are going...
Yeah, but that's not boycotting. Boycotting is one thing, and stocks going down means people are selling their stock ownership. They're not the same thing.
Okay, both are happening. Both are happening.
Boycotts and people are selling their stock? Comments, everybody. I feel like the audience and the fans in general are far more disappointed in BI stepping down and iKON now being 6 members than anything the CEO does. I understand if he's really screwed up, like I don't know, done something way worse.
People aren't upset about the CEO stepping down. They're celebrating. It was a YG is over party on Twitter. I know that you don't really go on Twitter very much, but it was a big deal. YG is over. He's stepping down. Go Icon. BI ended Icon or ended YG.
BI should just step back into Icon now since Yang Jong Suk's not there. Comments, you guys. Click the like button. Thank you so much for supporting us here at HallyuBack. Follow this girl right here on Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe for more HallyuBack news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.